that Jazz TV is in the top 25% of creators with subs between 1,000 and 5,000. So I want to thank y'all for the support. Listen, I got war wounds. This occurred on the last stream when I was baking that bread. You see this? This is real blood, sweat, and tears for this. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. All right. So as you can see, we have some sourdough starter that's been rising, and we got a big bowl of flour. Now, this is because we're doing something a little special today. I'm going to be giving away 3 sourdough bread loaves. Right? Mom, she's going to go meet up with some of her retired work colleagues, some of the girlies, and some of them they actually tune in. So I don't know when you guys are watching this, but I hope you enjoy the bread. And when you do, I hope that you comment on this live stream and you let everybody know how it was and your honest opinion. Okay. And so typically, what I would do is I would make all this at one time. What's that? Hold on, y'all. You guys know it's starting to be summer out here. Gotta make sure the kitchen is always clean. You feel me? Everything is ready to go. If you don't have one of these, suggest you get one right for your crib. All right. So usually I would make all of the dough at one time, but I'm not going to do that because I actually haven't weighed out what each of my sourdoughs are. But I'm going to do that today, right in front of y'all. Okay. Got my pen. This right here is the book. See how old this is? Look, can't show you everything. I can't show you everything. This is years of recipes. I really do this. Let me see if anybody's up in here. All right. So, first things first, right? If you want to follow along, if you happen, hey, if you're watching this, maybe you already have some active sourdough starter and maybe you can follow along with me. Okay? This is water. Let me move this here. Make sure you guys have a good angle. Bring it down maybe a little. Okay, so you guys can see. All right. First things first, we're gonna weigh out our bowl. Okay, and I'm gonna give you measurements. This is what I do. It's always gonna be different because of where you live, the weather, and the humidity levels. That all affects your bread. So I always like to go 350 grams of clean filtered water, room temp. Ooh, 370. Right? Because if you add more water, then you have to add more flour. It does change the ratios. So you just gotta have kind of a gentle hand with it. Oh, there we go, 350. Boom. All right. Now I'm gonna tear it out. Tear just means to clear out the weight back to zero. Okay. Here we have the starter. Can y'all see that? What's up? We're doing sourdough bread times three. I'm giving away 3 loaves um, for my mother's work colleagues, the retired girlies. They're meeting up. And so these breads are for them. Need a spoon. All right. So again, we have 350 grams of water. Can y'all see that? I know some of you are probably like, yo, that's satisfying, right? So I like to go with That's good. I like to go between anywhere of 112 grams of active sourdough starter to like 120. It depends what I'm doing. All right. Can y'all see that it's floating? No, yeah, you can. Okay, cool. Cool, right? Yeah, it is. It's alive. This is one of the most miraculous things because this is just flour, water, and just nature. And this what makes fantastic, healthy bread. You know? I try to tell people about my passion for dough, and they look at me like, okay, you're interested. We love that for you. Not everybody's as passionate. Anyway, so here's what we're going to do now. Once you have your active starter in your bowl with your filtered water, right, I'm going to turn off the scale. Here you go, dough whisk. Listen, I've made sourdough without it, but once you have it, you're not going to want to go back. You're not going to want to go back because it really does help. It's helpful. All right, so now what I'm going to do, see that? All the bubbles? That's what's going to leaven the bread. All right, you want to make sure you get all that in. Hope everybody's doing good. Right now in New York, we are having extreme heat. Are you guys having extreme heat where you live? Because, wow, be careful out there, is all I can say. Okay, so here's what I like to do. I like to add a little bit of honey in my sourdough. All right, just a little touch of sweetness. You don't necessarily have to do that. That's just what I like. So, just to give you guys some measurements, because I know a lot of y'all that are starting out, you guys want precise measurements. I usually would just eyeball it. But probably like 10 grams. Yeah, 8. Yeah. So like 10 grams of honey I like to add, right? Now, turn off the scale, mix in the honey, right? We want to mix all the liquids together before we add our flour, right? Check out the chat. Your accent suggests you're from the US, but you're using metric. Well, because I'm a chef, right? It's just easier. Pastry chefs, sometimes you have to get down to the precise measurement when it comes to creating a recipe. And the best thing is the metric system. That's how you measure. But I am from the US. I'm from New York. So where am I at? All right. So here we go. Let me turn on prefer grams, prefer metric. It's just more precise, especially with baking. And I am classically trained. That's how I learned. Okay. Now for flour, I like to go about 480 grams to 500 grams. It just depends on the weather. It's pretty humid today. Let me see. There's a faster way I could be doing this, but I don't really want to spill too much. Flour gets everywhere. So I'm going to go 500 grams. See where that gets me? Right. Oh, 460, 486, 490, 504. I'm going to take a little out. All right. 500. Cool, right? Now, salt. I like to add about anywhere between 10 and 12 grams of salt. Let's see what's going on. I'm from Australia. Okay, that's what's up. Sourdough bread times 3. All right, so 10 and 12. Hold on, what's that? What? 10 and 12 grams between. This is just regular kosher salt. I'll go 12 grams today. That's it. And that right there is sourdough. Okay, real sourdough only has these ingredients. Now, if you want to flavor your sourdough, Get a little fancy, get extra. Then you might add garlic powder, onion powder, or whatever. That's what you could do. But true sourdough is just this. So when you guys go to your local supermarket and they're selling sourdough, read the back of the ingredients. That will tell you if it's real or not. If it says sourdough enzyme, fake, not real. Or if it has yeast in there, fake. What you guys saying? Good day, mate. We got a lot of Australians in here. That's what's up. Yo, I would love to go to Australia. Look at that. We're going international. I thank y'all. We're trying to get to 2,000 subscribers. We just found out that we're in the top 25% of creators on YouTube between 1,000 subs and 5,000 subs. So that's amazing. I appreciate y'all. Australia. Wow. That's amazing. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to stir. See, I don't know. See, I could already tell I might need to add a little bit more water just by this little bit stirring right here. Be careful when you stir the flour because flour gets everywhere. You see, I could already tell. This needs just a little bit more water. But don't go crazy though, because then you start having to play with the recipe a little too much. That might even be a little too much. Let me see. Nah, I think it'll be okay. And then this is it. This is why this dough hook is useful. Now, if you don't have one, and of course you could always do it in the machine, but something about making artisan bread like this, that when you do it by hand, it just feels like the love. You're just putting the love into the bread, right? And these are going to be gifts. So we want to make sure that they feel the love. You know what I'm saying? Still a little dry. Still a little dry. Wow. Y'all see that? Oh, I got it. It clicked in. You saw that? Even if this didn't work, I would have did this by hand. In the kitchen and in life, you're going to come up against a lot of obstacles, okay? And it's not always going to be favorable. You have to roll with the punches always and never give up. That's why it's so amazing to me that we've grown so much. We continue to grow. I got that email um, because a lot of times in my life, I was very doubtful. That's why I came up with Overcome the Doubt and OTD. It was to remind myself no matter what anybody says, no matter what doubts I had about my abilities, that if I overcame my fears and just did action, and of course, praise the Most High, that I would be all right. And so that's my mission, is to teach people to understand that you can also accomplish your dreams. But you got to put in the work. You got to have discipline. It's not just going to happen. And anybody that does, question them. Question me too. You know, do your own research. All right, you see this? See how I added some more water? All right, you see that? Now, what I'm going to do with this dough is I'm going to transfer this dough to another bowl. Why? Because we're making three. We're just going to repeat the process just in case for some reason you didn't understand or you're just coming into the live right now. You'll get to see me do it again. I might put on a glove though, because this might get a little sticky. Pause. What y'all saying? Now that makes sense. It's even better. Well, good that I had that. Yeah, it does. It does. It really does. Cold here. Southwestern Washington. Is that Southwestern Washington? It's cold? Holy. You're in a climate right now where it's cold? That sucks. Jeez. I'd rather it be blistering hot than cold. I'm Caribbean. Okay. I like it warm. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just throw this bad boy. Just like that. The reason why I'm doing this is because I need this bowl to make 2 more doughs. Usually I would have just left it right in there, but it's not necessary, right? So let me get rid of this. I'm going to throw a little plastic cover on this, leave this for about an hour, and then I'll come back later and I'm gonna do my stretch and folds. If you guys want, I can make a video of that. Um, but I won't be able to do it on the live. That'll take way too much time because that's the thing about sourdough, right? Sourdough is those simple ingredients I told you plus time. There is no rushing the process for sourdough. So when you go to these bakeries that once were artisanal and then become viral, and they're like, Paul's pumping out breads all over the place, mad product, 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 you have to start questioning, is it still authentic to the original and how they did it? Are you still serving artisanal bread? A lot of them will start using yeast, and I get it. It's because they want to have quality control. So everybody gets the same product every time. Because with sourdough, you're really at the mercy of nature, you know? So I'm not even going to wash that because we're going to do the same thing. Right? Tear it out. For those of you that just came to the live, we're making sourdough agua. All right? 350 grams of agua, which is water. Oop, I was about to say perfect, perfect, perfect. It's all right. 354. We can adjust. Now, tear it out. You know what? I'm not even going to use this one because check this out. Look at this. We celebrating. We in the top 25%. I got a whole nother one. Yeah, you guys weren't expecting that, weren't you? Look at that. Whole nother starter. Yup. Let's use this one. All right, we're gonna go 112. See that? Oop, that was smooth. Come on, y'all. That was smooth. That was smooth. Let me see what y'all saying. Yes, I can. So I'll watch the video later. Okay, appreciate that. Make sure you like, all right, and you watch it. I'll do a video. You guys a long form video? I was thinking like a short. You guys let me know. Would you guys enjoy more long form videos where I'm giving instructions? Let me know if that's what you meant, okay? Let me just turn this off real quick. I'm bringing it a little bit closer so you guys can see. Oh no, you guys can't see. Hold on. There we go. Make sure y'all can see. Smooth, right? That was smooth. That was smooth. I'm telling you, I was an athlete. I'm injured right now and I'm working my way back. I'm telling you, you guys are gonna see. Once I heal and get my surgery, I'm gonna be in the gym. I'm gonna be a monster. I'm gonna be a beast. I've always been a beast. Very athletic. We're going through a season where I have to heal, and it's allowed me to build up. Y'all don't be alarmed by how it looks. This is just because of the previous dough that I made. It's safe. It's safe, y'all. Don't y'all worry. Okay, now tear it out. We have our 350 grams of water, filtered water. Make sure it's filtered because there's stuff and bacteria inside of the waters that could kill your yeast. That's why I say that. All right. Ooh, almost forgot the honey. Give me 1 second. Okay, almost forgot the honey. All right. 10, 10 grams of honey. Oh, you know what? Chat, I forgot to weigh the dough. It's okay. This is 12 grams of honey. It's fine. I'm going to turn this off. Give this a quick stir. Alright. I'm going to look to see if you guys answer that question about the long form content and more instructional videos. Just as you are doing it now, pace wise, I mean, and tune in later. Okay. All right, we work on that. If you guys want to see it, because everything takes time. It takes time to film it, takes time to edit, especially with my injury. But if you guys will watch it and engage, this is what this is for. Okay, turn it on. We got our water. Just to recap, we have our water, we have our honey, we have our sourdough starter. And now we're going to add our flour carefully because flour gets everywhere. See? Everywhere. Going 500. Actually, I'm going to go a little less than 500 because that first dough told me um, it's a little, it's humid and kind of dry. Mm, four, I'm going to go like 480. I'm going to go 480. I'm going to see what that do. All right. Tear that out. Last thing. So again, if you want to make it garlic, add garlic. Still add salt though. But after you add your salt, between 10 and 12 grams, add your flavor. That was actually a little bit more. So here's a tip, right? I didn't really do that much. When you're weighing ingredients like this in one bowl, technically, when you do your mise en place, right, and you measure out all your ingredients and you have everything together, you want to measure it separately, right? Because there's a chance if you measure everything in one bowl and you do too much of something and it bleeds into the flour, you've kind of messed up your recipe when it comes to baking. That's kind of how precise baking is. But as you can see, I took that out. There's no flour in there. But that's just a little tip for y'all. Okay, now we're going to mix it up carefully because the flour does get everywhere. It's so simple, honestly. It's so simple that it's complex, if that makes sense. Because this is only a few ingredients, but then it's where the technique comes. Bro, all right, yo. I guess I'm going to have to order a new one. I guess I'm going to have to order a new one. Look, even still, it's still kind of too much water. I mean, too much flour. That's the temperature. That's the temperature. That is the temperature. There we go. See? You'll be able to feel it. The more you do it, the more you're like, oh yeah, okay, that dough feels good. Oh nah, this dough feels a little stiff. Pause. You know what I mean? It's repetition. It's that 10,000 hours. And this goes for anything you're gonna do in life, not just bread. See? Already. That's how it's supposed to be. Bro. To think I got one more dough. I got one more dough left. Scrape down the sides too. That's the thing you should do. Because you got sourdough starter, it's flavor, it's salt. You just want to make sure you go get all of that. All right, this dough is done. I just like to kind of pull it over itself. Can you guys see what I'm doing right there? See that? Just to kind of grab everything together. All right, done. Oh, all right. This is the container I have. I don't have another small one. Let me see what y'all saying. Let me just cover that dough. It's exposed. All right, I'm just covering up the one dough that's over here. This is what you need. This is cheap. All right, these are just regular, uh, covers, bowl covers. Let me get a glove. To make it stick less, why is there water right there? 1 second. Keep it clean, all right? Keep the kitchen clean. Okay? All right. Now to transfer this into the bowl, got my sprayer, right? We don't really need that. Leave that here. Even when you're what you call doing your coil folds and eventually shaping, you could use water. You could use oil, but just use a little bit of water. That'll help it not stick. All right? Take it in. That's it. See? Barely, barely any. All right. The rest of it. And don't worry, guys. I'm gonna make sure I make a video, like a short. Make sure y'all watch that with the three breads. This one might be a little bit more wet. It'll be okay. No, it'll be okay. Okay. See that? I might have to put plastic wrap on top of this, to be honest. It's gonna fit. Can this fit? Humbug. All praise to the Most High. Look at that. But there's a will, there's a way. Two. Got one more to go. We on a roll. We on a roll. We on a roll. Throw that out. Okay, last one. Just in case any of y'all tuning in, we are making sourdough. We've already made 2 sourdoughs. I got to make sure I weigh. Remind me to weigh this last one. I haven't weighed a single one because I'm in that mode. That's the barber slide because I'm in that mode. I think that's what he says. Okay, 350 grams of water. Here we go. Imagine this water was the right amount. It's not. This is way too much. Ooh, okay, 350. Perfect. Perfect. Where's this water spilling from? Hold on. I'm like seeing little spills of water. I don't like that. Uh-oh. Not on the book. Hold on now. Not on the book. Move this to safety. All right. Now, once you have your water, you're going to tear it out. We're going to go sourdough starter. Let's use this one. She's been chilling for a little bit. We're going to use her next. About 112 grams to 120. Depends on the temperature of your kitchen, what you got going on. 112. I'm going to go a little bit more. Smooth. Come on, y'all. I'm telling you. All right. Turn it off. I'm going to give it a stir. All right. It's really important to mix up all your sourdough starter because this is your leavener. You need all of it. All right. I recently gifted a sourdough to my uncle for Father's Day, and he texted me. He said he loved it. I'm glad that he did. A shout out to him. Um, that's always such a great feeling. I'm gonna go with honey now, right? Turn on your scale, weigh it out. 100 is no, that can't be right. Oh, okay. So if a number appears that doesn't seem to be right, like a really small number, do it again. All right? Let's go 10 grams of honey. This is why I like metric and weighing. It's just more precise and it's universal, right? Somebody like you guys in Australia or wherever else, you can make this recipe at home. You don't have to do the conversion. It's just universal. Um, Plus, all the chefs they're using metric. tear that out, turn it off, give her a little stir. All right, all combined. Nice, right? What we're gonna do now, turn it on, tear it out, and we're gonna add our flour. What happened to the chop? The spoon, here it is. All right, 500, well, no, we're going less. For you, the number, you don't want to go over 500. That's too much for the amount of water. But you can go a little under if the weather dictates you must. That's something that only you'll be able to tell in time. Uh, uh, 60, 480. Let's do that. All right. I'm going to tear it out. I'm going to add the salt. And then we're almost done. There we go. No, a little more. That was 10 grams. Yes. Okay. Turn this off. Flour gets everywhere. All over the hands. And powdered sugar. Holy crap. Powdered sugar gets everywhere. Even when you try to be careful. Everywhere. All right, let me check the chat before I stir this. Love. Amazing, amazing. Okay. So this is our last bread dough. And now we just stir. I got to be a little gentle because y'all saw the mishap I had a couple of times. And I haven't, I mean, I have made a decent amount of breads, but this is still rather new. So the fact that this came out, it's like, bro, you're lacking. Stir this more gentle. Yep, still a little too much too, still a little dry. So I'm just gonna add a little bit more water. Not too much though. Actually, that might have been a little too much water. Nah, it's okay. See, this is and this is gonna happen every time. That's why real sourdough, and real artisan bread, it always looks a little different. Maybe one day the bread might have a little stronger taste just because of the sourdough starter. But when done right, it should always taste good. That's for damn certain. Okay, I'm just scraping down the bowl to get the remaining starter and flour. We don't want to leave no man behind. Leave no man behind. And this, I got these burn marks making bread the last stream. All right. Make sure you guys like and comment and subscribe. We're shedding blood out here. Make sure you look. Saw that? Had I not went underneath and checked, I would have missed all this, right? And then it's not incorporated. So make sure you turn the bowl and you get in there. Pause. So you guys see the difference in this one and that last one? I think that last bread I added a little bit too much water, and this is more the consistency you're looking for. When you do this, you want more like this because that one's going to be a little bit more difficult to handle. I can handle it. Chef Jazz can handle that bread. But for you guys, for people that are just starting out, you want your dough to be like that. See? How it's a little bit more dry, a little bit more easier to handle. You want it to be like that. For when you do the coil folds and when you shape the bread. The more water, the obviously the softer and the hydration is, but it's also more difficult to manage. So like this, like that you want. All right. This one actually, I want to weigh it, and I told y'all that I would weigh it. in front of y'all. So I could have left it in that bowl because it's the last one. But I'm also curious to see the total weight. That way, when I make a big pot of sourdough, I know like each loaf should weigh X amount of grams. Quality control. Okay. So what I'm gonna do, right? Get this out the way. Hold on, so y'all can see. Let me turn this off. Okay. All right. Have my bowl. Hold on. All right. I'm gonna tear that out. Get that glove again. Don't need this. Spray my hands so I can find out how much the total weight of this dough is. That's what. So I know every loaf should weigh approximately. Somebody do a drum roll. Somebody do a drum roll. This is 996 grams. I really should have weighed all of them. Actually, off camera, because I know that this bowl, this is a tip for you guys, a little insider. Because I now know that this container weighs 114 grams by itself. I could just weigh that other one where I said it had much more. I'm gonna do it for you so you guys can see. You guys can see in real time how you can still find the weight of the dough. This is the only kind of math that I see. 1,000 grams. Beautiful. 1,000 grams for one loaf should weigh for you guys. Total weight. Total weight of your dough, 1,000 grams. So that, I'm gonna turn it off. All right. So I'm gonna show you guys. Just leave her alone. Leave me alone. Michael Jackson. All right. That's probably what he's saying in the grave with all these movies about him. All right. So I'm gonna cover this up. Done. Right. This was 1,000 grams. Remember that was 1,000 grams. That's what you want it to be. 1,000. Now I want to weigh this dough. This is the one I said I think has a little too much water. We're gonna find out right now. When I tell y'all I ain't go past geometry, I mean that. Baking is a passion. That's the only kind of math I understand. Um, Let me just write this down. I didn't even go past biology. I ain't say chemistry, nothing. I'm just an artist in the kitchen and on the stage. That's about it. Wait, what are we baking? Doesn't matter. It's bread dough. It's measured in metric units. Doesn't. Wait, what does it matter? I'm confused. I'm not sure what you're referring to. Uh, this is for. Okay, let me find out. Oh, my phone. Somebody's gonna have to do the math because I'm live. I need a calculator. I need a calculator. Like I told you, the math. Let me take this off. Let's see. How much does this weigh? Wait. What? Hold on now. It's bugging out. Let me turn this off. I can do the math on that. Total weight right now is 1,130. 14. Hmm. This is overweight, so this has too much water. Somebody do 1,130 minus 1,000. See, I'm exposed. I need a calculator for certain things. All right, listen, y'all do the math. The point is, I was correct. Okay, this one has more water than the other dough. Okay, This has 130 grams, right? You have to minus 100 114 from 130, and that's the remaining of the water. All right. No shame in my game. I need a calculator. That's why they said no trig for you, Jazz. Get out the class. You barely passed the other one. Anyway, listen, y'all. I thank y'all for the continued support. It's especially during this time of my injury. I'm waiting for surgery. I'm trying to get myself together. It's a lot, but the support from y'all has been truly amazing, and I can't wait to see where we go with it. I'm glad you guys are learning something, whether it's baking, whether you're having a laugh when I go live, whether you're learning something and wisdom and gaining tips on how to be successful. Excuse me, with successful with overcome the doubt. Um, it's just my mission to share love and light, bro, through the gifts that I was given through the Most High. So hope you guys hope you guys have a great day. You stay cool, drink water, stay out the sun during those hot hours, and be a good person. I know it's tough. It's tough. We both have shadow and light side with us. You just keep on moving forward, right? So as always, all praise to the Most High. Without the Most High, I am nothing and nobody. I'll see y'all.